Welcome to the instructional handover video for the Leica Kreos 5009. This 2018 model is based on a Fiat Ducato. It's on a 2.3 or 150. It's on a 4250 chassis. So we've got the alloy wheels. We've got the folding mirrors. These electrically operate. Under the bonnet we've got the screen wash. We've got the oil and the dipstick. We've got your negative point, and underneath the little panel which you open with your key is the positive point, just there, and the stay just for the bonnet there. To open it up, you just lift up the little lever here, and I'll show you later in the video where the actual bonnet release catch is located. So moving round, behind the driver's door we have the gas locker area. This has been fitted with a single gas low bottle. It can take another one because it's got the changeover valve just here. So you can run a standard colour bottle and then a gas low bottle. To open the gas low bottle, you'll need to open up the valve just here, and then by turning it just like so, and then to close it, just turn it in clockwise to close it there. On the top of the bottle, you've got an indicator to tell you which bottle is in use. So if you have your normal bottle, then it'd be that side. If you have the gas low bottle, it is that way. We do tell you to leave the vents free, and to fill it up, you simply just need to remove that and use your adapters that come with the kit to fill up the gas. The Leica Kreos is fitted as standard with a Fiamma F65 awning. We will send you a separate video of how to use the Fiamma awnings. Basically, your awning handle goes into the little switch, the little hook there, and that will wind out and the legs pop down on either side. Back of the habitation door, which works off the central locking, and there is an electric step, you'll find external barbecue point. So this has been added additional to the standard spec, as well as the SOG system, which has been added by this customer that is due to collect us there. So fits to it, just slide up the little orange handle to remove the actual toilet and undo the actual grey cap, as you would do on any normal toilet system, and that will allow you then to empty the toilet cassette. All the external lockers will lock with one single key. To make it easier, and you have got two of both the habitation keys and two of the actual Fiat keys supplied with this vehicle. Underneath here we have access to the self-leveling system. So this system's been fitted with an Emm-Bee hydraulic leveling system. So there is the manual control there. It also comes with a remote control. Please revert to your handbook of how to use this. It isn't a standard fitting, but it is a very, very good and reliable system for leveling the vehicle. You've also got a bit of an access to your underfloor, and on the other side you've got an access point on that as well. The door itself goes into the retainer at the top, and these little grey switches are the alarm contacts for the door if the door is left open. In the rear area it comes with a tyre inflation kit. It comes with a makeup cushion for an additional makeup berth in the living area, carpets, ladder for the drop down bed, awning pole and centre rafter. It has a light switch here, so once the power's turned on inside, that strip light will light up. And we have mains and 12 volt sockets here, as well as another additional LED light in the garage area. The little cap here needs to be removed for emptying the wastewater, and you do that by moving the handle in the position like it is now to empty it, or turning it across the pipe to stop the water from emptying for your wastewater. So wastewater in that one with the circle, fresh water can be found just at the side of it. So you have two different levels. One is clearly marked 20 litres or 20%, and the other is your full drain down. So if you have that open, it will only fill the tank to 20%, and then it will empty it out. To fill the tank up, you just turn the little handles across the pipe, like so, and the same again on the main drain, just there, and that will allow the fresh water to fill up to either 100% or 20%, depending on which one you have opened or closed. So that's your fresh water just lives behind there, and you clip that in place just like so. You have got tie down points in the garage on the front corners and also on the back rail, and it is also heated into here through the little slits in the vent just there. On the back of the vehicle, it is fitted with a reverse camera high up at the top, and on the passenger side we've got access to the garage as well, including your toolkit that's supplied from Fiat, and again your lashing down points both at the bottom and on the rail at the top. And again, this door has got the contacts on. If you do leave this open and start the engine, it will alarm as well. Behind that we've got your mains electric point, and underneath that we've got your water filler point. So simply make sure you shut the valves I've just shown you, remove this with your key and use a hose pipe to fill up the water. Once it's full, it will overflow out of the vehicle. In front of that we've got your external shower point, so that's supplied with the vehicle and it is hot and cold, it's a mixer tap. And underneath that we have access to your underfloor storage area. The Kreos 5000 series has a full usable double floor, as you can see, and you can utilise that for storage. Above that is the Alder heating vent, so this is the vent for the hot water and the heating. Careful, it does get warm, please don't hang anything on there. In front of that we have the diesel filler, so it's an 18 model, doesn't have the AdBlue. And then into here, I mentioned I'd show you where the bonnet release catch, that can just be found there by pulling down the handle. We have the engine battery located under here. Under both this seat you have a bit of storage. The heat pipes are for the Alder system. We've got glove box, airbag, another glove box on the top, drinks holders just there, electric window switches, and the Leica Kreos is fitted with their Emm-Bee cab lines, both on the side and on the front windows. The front ones have got a little cutout, so they will go around the camera that is mounted high up just there. So that's the outside of the vehicle done. Let's move on to the inside. On the habitation door itself, once you open it, you will see it's fitted with a bin, a blind and a fly screen. Just on the left hand side you've got a little bit of storage just here, and your switch for the step and your courtesy light just there for going into the vehicle. Once inside you'll find the main controls above the habitation door, and the first thing you must do is turn the power on. So you press and hold the middle button here. Takes a few seconds, but then that will light up the main Leica control panel, just like so. So then if I start from the beginning, we've basically got a button here that tells you your power in your leisure batteries, button here that tells you your power in your levels in your fresh and your wastewater. You have an auxiliary switch which will be then illuminated once pressed, and that will work the USB sockets. Your main power in the vehicle needs to work from your 12 volts, so you'll need to put that on for your items in the vehicle to work, lights, etc. Then you have a pump button, so that will cut off when the pressure reaches and then turn off when you have got the right pressure in the vehicle. Don't turn it on if you've not got any water in, as we've done at the minute, because it will just continually run and will eventually lead to the pump burning out. So make sure that all the valves are closed, so the ones I've mentioned in the back, and then the boiler, which I'll come to in a minute. The next option along is your awning light, and that puts the external light on to the vehicle. So main thing for the video, we've got the 12 volt light on, so we'll put the power on. So we've got varying light switches around the vehicle, and these work off multiple switches. So we've got some switches at the front, we've got some switches at the back, we've got switches under the counters, and we've got switches in this middle area here. The USBs are just located just there. So just obviously work out for yourselves which ones work which switches. These little down lights just simply just turn on and off. With these though, make sure that they're pushed in before you pull the bed down. So above here we've got your TV, which is located nice and neat there, and it does pull down. There is a little lever here which allows it to slide down to have it in the lower or the higher position, but just make sure it's clipped back in place before you drive off, and it is secured in place just like that. The windows on the vehicle have both blinds and fly screens. To release them both, it's just there. This window is a slider, so just move that and slide it. The rest of the windows have the stays on them, so you'll need to release the window stays and then just push them out to the desired area that you want, and then just pull in when you're finished and make sure that they're clipped in. Please make sure that they're all secured before travelling away from the vehicle. Put it on your routine list of things to do. We've also got an opening roof light here, and that is a winding one, so pull the handle down and wind the window. Please don't travel with that window open. And that also too has a blind and then a fly screen fitted to it. Storage underneath. The front area can be found in the 3 lockers. So 1, 2 and the 3. So just that. We have got light switches which turn on and off just in that area there, and your reverse camera which needs the ignition key on. We'll just go there. So the buzzing noise that you'll hear when you turn the ignition on is telling you that your step in your garage is open. So if you press that button, your step will go in, and then if you go and close your habitation rear locker door, then that alarm will go off. Completely normal. It's just an early warning system to let you know that you've left one of the garages or the step open before you drive off. We've also got fitted to the vehicle an AS suspension system. So to activate this, basically you'll just depress it, we'll release the pressure, and then press the button to put the pressure back in to the system. You'll need to just find out which settings work best for you. It depends on how much you've loaded up the vehicle. We've got electric window switches, we've got your mirror switches, we've got the steering wheel controls. We're on the 6-speed automatic gearbox. This is the robotised gearbox. The little button above is the traction button. So this will help you if you're on a wet, steep slope to get the vehicle moving. Basically, it's a ratio changer. It slows down the actual revolutions. So it will help you. It will only work when the gearbox is in automatic. So make sure that you're in automatic on the gearbox. To the left-hand side, we've got Traction Plus. We've got Hill Descent. We've got your hazard lights and your lock button, which locks both the driver, passenger and the habitation door. Climate control is just located above it. And then you've got the Fiat option, which has the radio. The media option, the media goes in underneath through the jack point or the USB charging point. The nav option and your phone for Bluetooth, just there. It is also fitted with the phone or map holder, just there, and that goes in just like so. To swivel the seats, you'll just need to move that little lever off the clip, and then that will allow you to swivel both the front 2 seats. To adjust the height of the backrest, then it's just a lever that just twists, and that will turn that around to the desired position. So underneath the forward facing seats is where you will find both the additional leisure batteries that are fitted to this vehicle and the frost protection valve, which is located just at the bottom here, which allows the boiler to fill up with your hot water. So as you see at the minute, you'll see that the diamond's pointed across, and just at the bottom there's a little blue button. That will empty the water system out of your Truma system for the hot water. To fill it up, you'll need to turn it across, and then with the little blue button, you'll need to make sure that that is pressed fully in. So blue button pressed in, and the diamond across like that will allow the system then to be filled up. If you forget to do it, the minute you turn the pump on and turn the tap to hot, water will come out of the valve directly below this area. So just remember to do that when filling up the water for the heating. You'll see that the little flap section there goes down for that travelling seat. So when someone's at this side seat nearest to the window, then you'll need to put that down if you want additional room, and then it lifts up and locks in place to make that nice L-shaped seating area. Yeah, so under there is where you will find that drain valve for your water, your batteries and the actual heater itself. And then there we are, set back up. The table itself will lock in place or release, and then we'll slide around left and right, forward and backwards to whichever position you want the table to go into. To lock the table in either the higher or the lower position, you'll need to have this in the right place. And to drop it to make up that option, then it's simply just literally push the table down and then lock the lever in the desired position, and that will lock the table in the low down position. The table will need to be set in the middle, just there. So just like that, and then the info cushion will go on top to make up that additional berth underneath. The bed itself will drop by pressing the button just there. Again, just make sure that the obstructions are out the way, and then you've got your own lights, and you can even watch the TV from here. You've got your roof vent, which has a fire screen and a blind on it, and you've got your safety nets underneath the vehicle bed to stop you from falling out. These will go into the little clips at the front and the back side of the drop down bed. When you're putting it back up, just again make sure that there's no obstructions, large pillows, just be careful of. If the bed feels any force, then just gently allow it to just go back into place without forcing anything on the bed. It's just, you force it, it generally means there's something wrong. Just lower the bed and reposition it. Underneath here, you'll find the mechanism for the drop down bed, and there's a handle that is supplied with the vehicle, which basically goes into the little point here. Quite hard to see, but it goes into the end where my finger's pointing to. Comes in through a cutout just in the wood there, and the winder goes down this gap between the bulkhead and the actual bed, slots in, and then will allow you to turn it to manually operate the bed should that fail. So that's where that is located, in that little drop down. Underneath here you have the main pack, which has got everything in there, all the handbooks, all the manuals, everything that you'll need to know how to work the vehicle. Kitchen area, we've got your 3 burner hob, we've got your drainer area just there, we've got then the shelf area, which will lead to the sink. The mixer taps all have the cold and hot spots just on there, and the shelf area can be utilised as another storage area when preparing things. I would be careful about putting hot boiling water on there though, just obviously common sense. Inside the kitchen area here, we've got a Wi-Fi option that the customer's added. We've got the satellite system, which is activated by pressing the button here. That will then lift up the actual unit and then allow you to follow the instructions quite clearly on the system, depending on what you want to do. If you start up the engine and forget to do that, it will automatically retract the unit as well. Yeah, all the instructions for that are in the handbook. Storage in the kitchen, so we've got press buttons for all the kitchen drawers. So gently wind it, bring them out. We've got the utensils, we've got another storage area underneath. Again, all soft close, so just let them close gently. We've got the big pull-out ladder, which is just located there. Again, before setting off, make sure that they're pressed in. Then we've got the additional hose, should you ever want to connect another gas flow system to it. And we've got your gas barbecue regulator point and all your adapters for the gas flow system. In the bottom, we've got more storage and a couple of bottle holders there. In the floor area, we've got access to underfloor areas by lifting these up. So there's a couple of these little hatches located in the floor, so you can utilise them for your belongings. And we've also got another little access storage point to underneath that side seat just there. Underneath the fridge, we've got your isolation points. If you're wondering where they are, that's where they are. And they are now all in the working position. So refer back to this video if you're unsure. The fridge unit itself has the Dometic automatic system. So you can manually select it as it is there on electric, on gas, obviously with the gas turned on, or with the engine battery when you're running, but the engine battery has to be running for that option to work. The other option is automatic, so you can see that we're plugged into mains at the minute, so it will go back to mains. You've got a blower that blows, oh sorry, that does your temperature, just there. So that's your temperature option. And then the last option is your gas failure button. So this is a reset button. If the gas locks out, you'll need to press that button to reset the system. It lights up nice and bright, so you know it's lit and it's working. You've got your travel catchers that basically push in and slide out for when you want to winterize it. And when you want to turn the unit off, press and hold the button and the lights will go off for the unit. Above it, you've got your oven option. So literally it's just on, press the button in, the automatic igniter will kick in. So that is that option. And above we've got a little small storage area just above it. Bathroom area and shower area. So light switch for the shower is just above there. We've got the micro heckies, so they're the same as all the other roof lights underneath the bed. So basically, slide for your blind, slide for your fly screen. Open up, basically press the button in and lift the unit up. Nice and neat there. We've got your coat hook or towel hook. You've got a little 2 hooks at the side there, and again a mixer tap with your duckboard just located there. Above is your habitation aircon. So you'll need to make sure that your power source is turned on for this. Press the button on. We've also got a nice light that lights up as well. And then you have a separate remote control that will operate that. Basically, you've got diffuser positions here, depending on whether you want to send it to the front and the back, and then just opening and closing of the blades. Similar to a sort of usual domestic option that you would use in a standard car. Bathroom area, we've got a light switch that can be found just down here. Flush button for the toilet is the blue button, and then an indicator to tell you that it's full. And your blade valve opening is just found there. So slide it to the back of the vehicle to open the blade valve when you're using it. Press it to the front when you want to close it and you're not using it. The vents are for the heating, and I'll come to the heating last. Underneath there, we've got your storage and toilet roll holder. Toothbrush, soap dispenser. We've got your Alder heating fluid just in there, and a mains and 12 volt socket just located above there, and more storage just here. The rear door can be opened by just pulling down the little latch, and that will then release the door to close off that shower area from the rear bedroom. You'll see that there's also a PIR. It is fitted with a Cat 1 alarm, which isn't standard, but that's what that is in the rear of the vehicle. Around the rear, again, you've got your fly screens and blinds that open. We've got a few light switches underneath here in the corner to turn on, and a additional USB charging point just there. The window opens by winding the handle, and it is got a fly screen and a blind on there to close it. We're also fitted with a rear TV as well. So this is the Abtec TV. So front TV and rear TVs, generally not standard. So been added as an option by the previous owner. The space underneath the bed, you'll just need to be careful when opening it up, but you've got access through the top or through the sides. Above is the main Rcd switch, so if your power goes off, just come into here and just check that that is in the position it is now. If you're still not getting power to the vehicle, press the orange switch, and if that depresses down, you're getting power to the vehicle, it's something on the vehicle side. If you press it and nothing's happening, then there's no power getting to the actual vehicle. So it is an external source problem that you would need to investigate. On the steps, we've got storage in the middle compartment, and again on this side then, if we move these out of the way, we've got a lifting cupboard with your cab mats, and that is the winding handle for the drop down bed, as I mentioned earlier in the video. We've also got fitted is the additional cushion, should you want to make up the rear bed into one large area, just like that. Behind the driver's seat is where you will find the main fuses and another main socket and your isolator for turning off the power to the rear of the vehicle. So that's where that's located. So, heating wise, once you turn the unit on, press the button to the left hand side with the power. This will display the unit. Once it starts, press the menu button and it will give you the options that you want to choose. So the top option being the temperature that you want it in the vehicle, and it is touchscreen. So just touch it to change the temperature down or change the temperature up. We've got the temperature that we want the water to be. So we've nothing in at the minute, so I'm going to turn it off. Blue being off and red, green being on. So if you want to warm up the water, press the button, but make sure that you've done the steps I mentioned earlier in the video. And then the next option then is your fuel source. So whether we want 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, or 3 kilowatt electric, again, making sure that you've got the adequate power on the site that you go to. Or you've got the gas option, if you've no power, or if you've got both, then you can do a mixture of both. So pretty simple of how it works. If you've not got one of the options selected, it will tell you that there is a fault. And then when you want to turn the unit off, you just press the button, just like so. So, that concludes our handover instructional video for this 2018 Leica Kreos. Hope you find it useful. Hope you enjoy the pointers that I've mentioned. But more importantly, we hope you enjoy your new motorhome. Thank you.